gadgets and Wi-Fi. Parents don't talk anymore to children.
Come on.
We don't talk to our kids anymore.
Come on.
We don't talk. We don't know our kids. We don't know our kids. So what happens is the one communication that always comes through is the Wi-Fi on. When am I getting my own TV? Once they get that, the parent, because the child is quiet and it's not bothering them because they are on this all day long. The parents
are quiet, they aren't bothering.
They're not bothering them. They think maybe as a parent I might think that my child is a nice child. But because now I'm allowing those things to become the center of my child's life, when they go out, they're going to meet people in a real world setting. So now the influence it's not coming from the home now. If it's not coming from the home, it will come from somewhere else. But in the world, outside in the community, in the society, influence is there. It will, whether or not they survive, it will depend on whether you've got a greater influence on them. But material and maybe hoping that it will take care of itself won't help them. You have to play an active role. Talk to them. Sometimes they do something, we only come when we shouting. We never have conversation.
We never talk.
We never talk. We don't
even
talk.
Even in relationships, most of the things is not talking. It's shouting. It's yelling. It's arguing. You're not talking.
We're not talking stuff. Like whatever. Some of the people that I know, their own kids they don't even know where their grandmother's house is, for instance. They've never been taken from their own house to go and visit grandmother in the township. They haven't. They don't know. Say, do you know where your dad comes from? No. Haven't you visited grandmother? No.
Never.
They've never been there. So if you cannot connect your child from where you come from, like that, visiting there, how will you be able to tell anything your child about your own upbringing? Am I just a suit? Am I just an executive? Yeah? Is this the kind of image that I want to expose my son to about myself? Or must they know that I used to also fumble? They must also know I used to fumble. They must know that my mother was strict. They must know that sometimes I stole sugar. They must know that I'm human. So that when they go through human experiences at their level, they can be able to relate with what I went through. They can tell me about it and say, hey, something happened today. You remember you told me that that thing, that story. You know that story you told me. Now he's got his own story. He wants to tell you about it.
Yeah.
But if you don't do that, they won't tell you their own stories.
Yeah. Word.
So, but stories will be there. Don't think because your child is not talking to you, they are not telling you their own stories.
They don't have stories.
They do have stories. Outside, stories are made. They just won't tell you about it because they think you're dumb or you're ignorant or you're just too perfect to be told about that story.
You're gonna start shouting and yelling and
So if you fail to be the guide, they will be guided by other people outside. That is why I'm saying doesn't necessarily mean having a mom and a dad sometimes is proper foundation. You have to do the things that you're supposed to do in order for you to get closer to your own children. Otherwise, other people will raise your children for you outside.
But they'll do it.
They'll do it naturally. So let's go here. Let's do this. They'll do it. And some stories are said. I was with my cousin, And there's someone that I know, and my cousin was telling me that the people close to him were telling him that this guy's son, who's now in grade 11 or something like that, is smoking dagga in the house.